This is Misty Forest Bible Ministries. This is a little introduction for the 1611 King James Bible. I know a lot of times when people hear 1611 King James Bible, they think, well, if I go to Barnes and Noble right now or on Amazon or whatever, any King James Bible is a 1611 King James Bible. This is not true. Um, the King James Bible that you'll see, like if you go to if you most people don't have Barnes and Noble. I have a Barnes and Noble not too far from me. But let's say you went on Amazon. So you get like let's see, you get a let me see what the name of the company is here. They make some pretty good Bibles. I got a super giant print one right here of a King James. Let's see, it is Christian Art Publishers. ISBN 978 1 4321 1739 9. A supergiant print Bible. But the point is this is not a 1611 King James Bible. This is actually based on the revisions of 1769. And the 1769 Bible is critics of the King James Bible. One of the main criticisms is that they'll do this to kind of pick on people who like King James Bible. They'll say, um, which one do you prefer, 1611 or 1769? I want to let you know if you think that the 1769 that there was like continuing translation changes. It wasn't about translation issues with 1769 or the various little updates throughout the years after 1611. It was about what it was about was to update publishing errors and printer errors, because what happened was there was typos. There was because back in those days when they made a Bible, they they would literally use they would basically press these things by hand. They would so like if you have a paragraph right here, I just in the middle of Exodus in the 1611, and it says like, in the morning then ye shall see the glory of God, for that he heareth your murmurings against the Lord. And what are we that ye murmur against us? Well, how would that be done? Well, it's not done with a computer. It is literally, they would have to literally go backwards, so you would have the the question mark, the S and the V for us, and the T, and then they would need like a bracket for the space. And then when they do against, they would have to go backwards like a mirror image. And you can just imagine doing the whole Bible, and you would probably make a lot of errors. There was hundreds of errors in the 1611. That's why I'm doing this intro, because I want to let you know there probably will be points where you go, well, wait a minute, you skipped a word. In the 1611, they probably didn't print that. Just to give you a little heads up. And that's why, for example, they'll like for now, I have the first playlist is King James 3 from JP Green. And I know there probably will be people saying, well, maybe it's a little better in the New King James. I don't really like that, and that's fine, but that's good for comparison. At least now you don't have to buy it; you could just know what it says. But yes, there is King James playlist developing. There will be 1611. Now, what am I reading out of? Because I know you're probably going to go, you're not using a Hendrickson or a Nelson 1611, right? Because that's not 1611. That's actually 1769 with Roman type and spellings. It's really, it's kind of scammy. This, what I have here, is a Holy Bible Quaternary Edition, King James Version, 1611 text out of Oxford. I got this around the time of the 400th anniversary. I noticed on Amazon one day a pre-order for this book from Oxford, and I was like, "Whoa, let's see what that's like." I don't even know. I didn't even have any idea what it was going to look like. And it's a beautiful book. And it has a hard slip cover, and and it has. So, what is it like compared to? I have a bunch of the Hendrickson ones. That the 1769 quote. The 1769 Bible that is called the 1611 Bible, and it's got a lot more art in it, a lot more art. It's got a lot more wood cuttings and stuff. It doesn't have Gothic text. The only difference is from the original 1611 is it doesn't have Gothic text. Which, I know that might be a disappointment, but for one who's trying to maybe make like an audiobook, that it might actually be a blessing because oh, it's hard to read. I mean, I I have a Coverdale Bible from Hendrickson. And again, I can't state how accurate that is compared to the original Coverdale Bible with that one. I'm sorry, but I remember once I took that Bible down to the mill once. There's a mill, a park nearby with an old mill, and I took that Bible there just to do some reading. And it takes about a half hour to get through a paragraph. I mean, the Gothic text is very difficult. It makes the text harder than it already is, and it's actually even a more brutally older Elizabethan style language than the King James. King James was actually advancing the English language at the time. That's probably the most advanced English language we'll ever get. It, I think the English language is, well, it may sound simpler, it's gone more barbaric. Well, that's all, folks. Thank you, and God bless.